Hello everybody, my name is Jeffrey Allen Ford. I am the VedIQ Guild's 2018 Genius of the Year, and in 2016 I won a global election and was honored in Michigan's House of Representatives for winning the World Genius Directory's 2016 Genius of the Year for America, which includes the North and South American continents. I'm also a member of Mensa. You can see me here being featured on the cover of the Mensa World Journal. And I also belong to the 999 Society, which is for people with IQs in the 99.9th percentile and above. Mine's above. But enough about my genius. Let's talk about your genius. And you do not have to have an extremely high IQ in order to become a genius. As a matter of fact, you don't even need to have an average IQ to become a genius. All that you need is a desire to grow, an average to a semi-decent memory, and you also need to have a willingness to spend just a little bit of time each day working on something that's a subject that you absolutely love. Now, before I even begin to start sharing with you how you can go about becoming this genius that you've always had inside of you, let me first share with you a few of the reasons why you might want to become a genius. Number one, the first reason is because it'll give you something to look forward to for the rest of your life, because you'll be spending a little bit of time every day working on a subject that you absolutely love. The second reason is that it will give you a sense of purpose and achievement in your life. You'll know that you're growing as a human being, and it'll make you feel really good inside. The third reason is that you'll be earning the admiration and respect of the people in your life that you know, and people from around the world who you don't know will also get to know you, because you can go online, you can go into chats, you can network, you can talk, and you'll have the respect of people all around the world. The fourth reason is that being a genius in one field can make it very, very easy to learn things and to take on challenges in other fields. The reason why that is because there's a simple formula, which I'm going to be teaching you, that helps you to learn things and helps you to achieve and helps you to take on life. And as a matter of fact, it's the secret of life. So I'll be teaching you the secret of life, and at the end of this video we'll be talking more about the secret of life. And the fifth reason is humility. A lot of people have the false idea that becoming a genius can make you arrogant, can give you a big head, make you a narcissist. The truth is exactly the opposite, completely the opposite, because you'll find that the more you learn on any given subject, the more you'll realize that there's so much more to know. And once you realize that, it really humbles you. And also, the more you know and the more you learn from other people, the more you'll see that there's other people who will always know more about something than what you do in your subject. I find that something to enjoy, something to embrace, because it's exciting. You live with the satisfaction of what you know, and you live in the mystery, looking to learn things that you don't know. It feels really, really good. Now, the sixth reason is that you can take your knowledge and you can use it to write articles, to write books, to give seminars, to give workshops. There's so much you can do with your knowledge that you'll find different ways, and it'll give your life meaning both for yourself and for other people. The seventh reason is because you can take your genius knowledge and turn it into a lucrative career. You can do that with a lot of different subjects that you might choose to become a genius of. And if you can take what you love and make a living at it, that's going to make you a very, very happy human being. And the eighth reason to become a genius is because of your legacy. People are concerned about that more and more as they grow older. They ask themselves, what type of legacy am I going to leave behind? Well, wouldn't it feel good if people in the future, your family, your friends, the future generations, can look back on your life and see what an inspiration and what a genius you were? That gives your life a lot of meaning. And that can be your legacy if you choose it. So, all right, here we are. Your entire life as a genius is going to begin right now. And let me tell you something. This three-step process is so incredibly, amazingly simple. I bet you're going to be fairly angry nobody ever taught you this before. But be thankful that you're learning it now, and I hope that you'll share it with other people, because this world should be crawling with geniuses. It really should. And if we can get this word out, it will be. Okay, so this three-step process. Step number one, on your way to becoming a genius, is to pick your passion. Pick something that you're really, really passionate about. What is your passion? Start there, because when you do what you are, success will naturally come to you. So what type of genius do you want to be? What type of genius do you want to be known as? These are all important questions. There are all kinds of geniuses in the world. There are scientific, mechanical, artistic, culinary. There's just an infinite amount almost of different geniuses. And there could be a type of genius that hasn't been thought of yet. Maybe you can think of an area that you feel just absolutely passionate about, that you just absolutely love, that no one has even thought about delving into and exploring at the depth that you will. How great would that be? Because then you'll have unique knowledge and a unique set of knowledge, and that can help you to change many, many people's lives, and also to turn people on to what you're passionate about too. So now let me caution you about something about picking your passion, okay? There are people who want to be scientific geniuses. That's way, way, way too broad. You need to narrow it down, okay? Because if you want to be a genius of everything scientific, it's going to cause problems, because life is too short. You can't learn everything you need to learn in order to master and be a genius of all things scientific. So narrow it down, narrow it down. So instead of being a scientific genius, maybe you can be a genius on one of the planets, or maybe you can be a genius with expert knowledge in certain forms of plant life, or maybe you have a passion for crystals. You can learn that, know everything there is to know about crystals. There's a lot of people who are fascinated by crystals. You could be the person in the know, and that would be a pretty good life. So, then there's step number 2. And that is that you're going to need to build a solid, strong foundation of knowledge. This is an important step. A lot of people, when they want to learn subjects, they move past that step way, way, way too quickly. Don't do that. Spend time really digging into the fundamentals. And what you want to do, especially when you start off, is get books that are incredibly easy to understand, that are basic, that are rudimentary, maybe even childlike. Maybe these books are books that you consider to be for dummies or for idiots, okay? It's a terrific way to start out. I've used this method many, many times. Before going into something, I will look for the easiest to comprehend things I can possibly find, and I will have a foundation when I start the more advanced stuff that allows me to learn it like that. It's cake. It's just really cake if you have a strong foundation. Now, here's another thing. Don't overwhelm yourself too quickly, okay? So go slow. I would recommend about 10 pages a day. Really understand 10 pages a day. Now you can do more. There's nothing saying you can't do more, and maybe you should do more at different times. But make 10 pages a day your goal to study. The reason is 10 pages might not sound like a lot, but over the course of a year, that's 3,650 pages, which is the equivalent of 6 textbooks, right? So 600-page textbooks. Now, over the course of a decade, that will be the equivalent of reading 60 600-page textbooks, many of which, as you move forward, can be at the college level. There are not many people in the world who have read 60 textbooks on a subject. Now, of course, maybe what you're going to study there won't be textbooks for, but you can find other books and you can still amass a humongous amount of knowledge, very varied knowledge in that field. And over time, it builds up exponentially. Now, the third and final step is to keep it simple. Keep it simple, no matter how hard it gets. Because after you go into the foundational knowledge and you get the basics out of the way, things become more advanced. What you want to do at that point is, if you're struggling, one, make sure you have the prerequisite knowledge. Did you build enough foundational knowledge to understand what you're now doing? Perhaps you didn't. If you didn't, go back and augment that education, that knowledge. Learn what you need to learn in order to move forward. No shame in that. Mountain climbers do that. When they're climbing up a mountain, what do? They'll rest. Sometimes they'll just stay there. And sometimes they'll backtrack, right? They'll go back down and they'll try again a different way. We have to do that too when we're going to work to become a genius. I've had to do that many, 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 many times. No shame in it at all. The other thing is, after you get that foundational knowledge and you have the prerequisites and you're still not getting it, what you want to do is you want to take it even slower. Go sentence by sentence and even word by word, because you'll find that a lot of times you don't understand something because there was a word that you glossed over. So make sure you know the definitions of every word you ever come into contact with in your subject area. And I look up words all the time. I have to, because of the type of material that I read. There's no shame in that. So please take the time to do that. Because if you understand one word and you connect it with the next and you connect it with the next, you will understand what you're reading. You will. And that is one of the secrets to really, really know what you're doing at a very, very high level. So, what I would suggest then is to, once you have the advanced knowledge, you then can take that and you can use it in all the areas I spoke about earlier. Don't be selfish with it. Take it, make a difference in the world. Write articles, give seminars, give workshops, share it with people you know, And you can do things with your life that you never ever would have imagined. I have people contacting me from all over the world without my even reaching out to them. That is really, really amazing. But if I would have kept who I am a secret and people didn't know that I had knowledge in certain different areas that people know I have knowledge in, I wouldn't have people reaching out to me. So while you don't want to be egotistical or narcissist, you also don't want to hold your strengths back. Live who you are. Enjoy who you are. And think about how simple this process is too, okay? 10 pages a day, 10 pages. You can then, over the course of 2 decades, right, just with 10 pages, you will have then read the equivalent of 120 600-page textbooks. This is cake. Don't you wish that someone would have taught you when you're 15 years old that by the time you're 25, if you start now, just reading 10 pages a day, you could have done that while working your part-time jobs, your full-time jobs, while going to college. You could still have been taking that and spending that 10 pages a day time. There's no reason why people can't do this. Can you imagine what your life would have been like at 25, or what your life will be like at 25? Let's say you're 15 now. Make a difference in your life. This is huge. This is really, really huge. I know it sounds too simple to work, but it works because of the compounding nature of life. That's another thing I want to talk to you about, the seeker of life. Life has a multiplier effect. If you work hard to learn something over time, you will become a master of it. And that little bit of effort grows into something huge. Now let's take that and think about your relationships that you have. If you do a little act of kindness for the people that you love, just a little something, each day your relationships are going to be so much better. And if you put in a little bit of time each day, maybe going for a little walk, calisthenics, whatever your doctor thinks would be healthy for you, that you would enjoy, that will make you healthier. And you can apply this to other areas of your life as well. And I hope that you do, because it's the secret of life. Investing a little bit over time, just like putting money into a bank account that earns interest. It grows exponentially, and you'll have an amazing life, and you'll be very, very happy that you did. Now, I want you to take this knowledge, and I want you to use it, and I want you to keep moving forward, day by day, growing and growing, becoming more knowledgeable, having better relationships, having better health, and really being able to create an environment, both inner and outer, where the whole world is going to benefit from what you've learned. My name is Jeffrey Allen Ford. If you like this video, please click the like button and subscribe to my channel. Now I encourage you, take what you've learned and go out and take on the world. Thank you. Bye.